So if you were ever curious as to why so many people, when they're paying for something at the cash register, have so many different types of cards, that is why. So let me just kind of go through it. Hey, how's it going, guys? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about what's in my wallet. Let's do it. So first of all, I just want to kind of show you how cool my wallet is. I'm just kidding. But honestly though, my first job as a 16-year-old was a busser at a restaurant. Every time I would get paid like in like cash and tips and things like that. So my wallet would always just be super like big, and it would just be super stretched out and all like that. And since then, I don't really get paid in cash anymore. I would get receipts sometimes, but I hated like just getting receipts. It was just like very disorganized anyway, like in my opinion. So I just like having just the cards that I need. So getting this wallet kind of forced me to not carry cash anymore, and it kind of forced me to not take receipts or anything like that because it's all tracked on my banks anyway. So yeah, so I got this cool looking wallet, super thin, not thick, and it's cool because it just like opens up and it allows you to just put in the cards that you need, and it's just put in your pocket and you're good to go. And it's nice because it's like metal and it's kind of like a little heavy and stuff, and it just looks cool. Anyway, so I just want to talk about the cards that I have in my wallet and just kind of explain to you how to keep everything organized for both my financial life, but also for my 2 other businesses that I kind of help manage and things like that. All right, so I have a total of 5 cards here. So I'm just kind of go over what I use those 5 cards for, and just kind of give you an idea as to why people, sometimes you'll see people like at the cash register or something like that, take out so many different cards. I always wondered to myself why that is. And it wasn't until I started having and running on my own business that I kind of noticed, oh, this is why people have multiple cards. And there could be other reasons as well. Some people have different credit cards that have different points and stuff like that. I'm still in the process of trying to get along that journey, and I'll explain to you in a second why that is. But yeah, so if you were ever curious as to why so many people, when they're paying for something at the cash register, have so many different types of cards, that is why. So let me just kind of go through it. So my first card that I have is actually my driver's license. Just a good card to have while you're driving in case you ever get pulled over and need to show your identity or anything like that. I think you need to have your driver's license while you're driving. That's why it's called a driver's license. I'm not sure, but it's just a good card to have. So if you don't drive around with your driver's license, here's your friendly reminder to do so. My second card that I have is for our personal Wells Fargo account. So anything that we need to buy from a personal level, whether it's groceries or what else do we pay for? Gas, just for personal trips, or just random shopping that we need to do for the month, or like gifts for friends that have birthdays coming up or something like that. Anything that's non-business related goes on this card. So yeah, the next card that we have is a Chase Business Debit Card, and this is for Dos Cocos Locos specifically. So anything that's Dos Cocos Locos related, so if we're renting camera gear, or if we're at an event and we're buying food at the event because it's a business networking thing, anything that's business related for Dos Cocos Locos goes on the Dos Cocos Locos card. I know it sounds straightforward, but again, remember, I didn't know why people had so many cards, and now I do. So this is me just kind of explaining to you why that is. The next card that we have is another Chase Business Debit Card, and this is for Water Cooler Studio specifically. So anything that we need to pay for Water Cooler Studio, whether that be backdrops, like from Amazon, or renting out gear as well, because sometimes we'll rent out gear, or just buying food for events that we host at Water Cooler, or for building out props, like literally anything that's water cooler related goes on the water cooler card. Last but not least, and a card that I kind of want to focus on the most, is my Capital One secured card. So this card is cool because just kind of a little bit of backstory. I actually had a credit card with Bank of America, but unfortunately that card actually ended up going into collections because I had like about $3,000 plus in debt, and I wasn't able to pay it off. And honestly, it was just because I never really made it a priority. And my wife, Marissa, was telling me how that was going to affect my credit score. But in my head, I'm like, I don't really need that. Now that I look back on it now, I can see why you need a credit score, like a good healthy credit score, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. But yeah, so my credit card my credit card debt actually ended up getting into collections, and that drastically lowered my credit card score, or my credit score. So I actually ended up having to get a Capital One secured card. So I ended up putting a certain amount of money in it, and then they gave me a credit that I could use to buy things, and at the end of the month I had to pay it off. So I was able to just slowly build up my credit score through doing this process, and it's been about 4 months now. So I'm finally back to a credit card score where I'm able to apply for a credit card now. So once I get to that point, now I can kind of like focus more on like the points and the reward systems and things like that. Honestly, I don't like credit cards in general. I don't like having to owe anybody anything. I just never liked that idea of it, but I understand the game and how it works now, and I'm going to make a video kind of breaking it down more in general. But yeah, I just kind of want to give you guys a quick little sneak peek as to where I'm at on that journey. All right, so I hope this video showed you just kind of why people have multiple cards in their wallets, or one of many reasons why people have multiple cards in their wallets. Honestly, it probably just goes down to an organization that they have with their finances. So as long as it makes sense for you to have multiple cards and you're doing it wisely, definitely recommend it. Sometimes you just need to have different cards for different things, and that's what you just got to do. So if you're thinking about either starting a business or applying for a security card to kind of test out the waters of building up your credit score, or applying for a credit card yourself, just make sure you're doing everything in an organized way. And yeah. All right, so I'm curious to see what's in your wallet. So in the comments below, let me know what's in your wallet. Do you have more than one card? Do you only have one card? If you only have one card, that's fine too. Do you even have a wallet? Do you have everything just on your phone? Honestly, I'm just curious to know how you organize and how you keep a track of everything, like when you're buying stuff. So I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Peace.